Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP humanly possible within the Mandeville Gold Saucer every week on a Friday when judging begins. This is week 232 and the theme this time around, as you can see, is Anonymous Acrobat. The individual clues include Dark Side of a Hero, Summer Breeze for our chest, Near Eastern Nights for our legs, and In the Fold for our feet. So in this video we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 possible. There are timestamps in the comment section as well as in the chapter function on YouTube, so feel free to jump around if you don't want to watch it all. Without further ado, let's hop straight onto that 100 score. Alrighty, here's a 100 score. So what I did is I went for the Adamantite Barbet of Fending. This is something I crafted myself, and you'll see in just a second how easy it is to craft. The other alternative to this is the Adamantite Barbet of Maiming, which is also a armorer craft from level 60. Or of course you can get both of these on the market board, but I would advise against it because of people trying to make a markup profit. But yeah, it is fairly simple to craft, like I say. The recipe itself is really not that difficult, as you can see. I mean, I did this very easily on a level 80 armorer. I still haven't leveled my armorer up. So if you do need to actually make this very simple, just start with like a trained eye and then go from there. But as you can see, the mats are just adamantite ingot, amphitheater leather, aurum regis nugget, grade 2 vitality dissolvent, and landborn ether sand ×2. I mean, that's not too difficult to get. If you can't make this, you could probably get these items off of the market board for less than 5k in total, like 5,000 gil, and then just, you know, give some gil to a friend of yours or something to make this for you, or get it made for free. There's plenty of people who will help you out, especially if your market board is capitalizing on this and trying to make you pay more than 5,000 gil. I really wouldn't recommend doing that unless you're in a hurry. But yeah, definitely get this crafted if you can. Very simple recipe from level 60. So yeah, basically just go for either of those, the fending or maiming. Unfortunately, there are no other slots that can fill this, as far as I can tell. I tried to have a look at some historic references, but I don't think we've had anything different than this before. So sadly, that's the two options. For the chest, then, we do have options. This is the Moonfire Halter. Of course, if you're a male character, you can go for the Moonfire Vest. These are both crafted with Weaver. They've been in the game for a very long time and are accessible to all classes in the game level 1 and above, both male and female alternatives. Other alternatives, though, if you don't want to use these, include the Southern Seas Swimsuit, which was originally from a Moonfire Fair, if I remember. The Striped Southern Seas Swimsuit, which I think was also from the same Moonfire Fair. The Coel Beach Halter will work, which is a leatherworker craft. The Coel Talisman will obviously work because that's the male equivalent, which is also leatherworker crafting. And finally, the Fair Joy, which maybe some of you have, which is of course from the Moonfire Fair from 2017. Alternatively, I think that's also on the cash shop as well if you want to spend real money. But most people probably who are fashion conscious might have this stuff lying around. I had 90% of those in my glamour dresser anyway, so that's why this was simple for me. But yeah, I went for the Moonfire Halter, easy peasy, equipable by everybody level 1 and above. Right, for the legs then, I went for the Favnarian Tights. Same reason, equipable by all classes level 1 and above in the game. This is something that can be crafted with Leatherworker. It's fairly simple, the Leatherworker recipe, so don't pay too much for this. Of course, this has been around in the game for a very long time as well. The alternative to this, of course, is the Favnarian Sarawel. That's also another Weaver craft that you might want to check out because that's gold rated. And there's two other items, the Surge Sarawel of Crafting and the Surge Sarawel of Gathering. But of course, those would lock you into gathering or crafting, which obviously is not for everybody, where at least this allows you to do it on every character level 1 and above. And finally then, I went for the Scion Adventurer's Boots. This is from a MSQ quest called The Greater Obeisance back in Heavenswood, I believe. And yeah, it's fairly accessible. This is something that can be equipped by everybody in the game level 1 and above. It's something that if you don't have, you've most likely lost, in which case you can go over to a Calamity Salvager NPC in any of the 3 starting city-states, such as Limsa Luminsa's upper decks at the Aft Castle, and you can claim this back from your achievement rewards, or quest rewards, I think it is actually, tab. So nice and accessible. Alternatives to this include the Dragon Skin Boots and the Falconer's Boots, both of which are level worker recipes that should be fairly accessible, but they are in high demand because of their use as fashion items. But if you don't have access to these and you haven't done the MSQ, then of course, you know, Dragon Skin and Falconers, great options. And that's pretty much it for the 100, unfortunately. There's not a great deal of alternatives beyond this, but I would imagine a good majority of my viewers probably have a lot of this gear lying around, simply because out of glamour reasons they are some of the better items. Anyway, much love. Let's move on to the 80 with dyes. Alrighty then, so an 80 with dyes. As you can see, my full left side is dyed, the right side is equipped. That is important to have something in every slot. I say each week, but people always say, why did I get a 72? It's because you didn't equip items on the right side of your character. But it's as simple as that. So dyes then, blood red on any weapon in the game that's dyeable, gunmetal black on any helm in the game, any chest in the game dyed cactuar green, any hands in the game dyed pastel blue, any legs in the game dyed gunmetal black, and of course any feet in the game dyed blood red as well. So that's 2 blood red dyes, 2 gunmetal blacks. The gunmetal black is 500 Skybuilder scripts a piece. That's 1,000 Skybuilder scripts, or alternatively, obviously, on the market board, depending on what the prices are where you are. Make the most out of data center travel. You might be able to get some dyes cheaper on another data center. That is a great option. Not only do you have access to cross-world now, you have access to cross-data center. So capitalize on it. You can use their market boards, might as well, right? But yeah, not too bad apart from the gunmetal, obviously blood red from NPC vendors, and I think most of this is from, I mean, the pastel blue is something that you get from retainers, so it's not too bad, but it's not the best option. Let's move on to that then, the easiest 80 possible. Okay, so getting an easy 80 is actually very, very simple this week. Basically, what I've done in this example is, I'm just wearing the street attire, by the way. This is not actually worth any points. You'll notice that we're actually getting stars just for that. That's how this works. Essentially, all I've done is I've dyed any chess piece in the game cactuar green dye, which gives us 2-star and gives us the 80, alongside the Scion Adventurer's Boots, which I've dyed blood red. Blood red dye then is something you can get for 40 gil from a dye vendor, such as the one in, Nana Bay in Uldar, the market district. And of course, cactuar green that we're using on our chess piece is something you can get for like 300 gil, I think, from self vendors. So on the market board, even that's really cheap. So if you just combine, you know, any chest in the game dyed cactuar green and the Scion Adventurer Boots dyed blood red, which we also talked about earlier, were from the Greater Obeisance from the MSQ quest, which most people, if not everybody, should have access to. If you've misplaced these, you can go to obviously a recompense officer / Calamity Salvager, I think it is actually, and talk to the quest reward section, and you should be able to find these and buy them back. Alternatively to this, another way you could do it is take any of the other 2 items from from the actual 100 score. So for example, in this example, we've got the Moonfire Halter, and we've dyed that cactuar green, and then we've dyed any feet in the game blood red, so we've done it the other way round. It just goes to show there are lots of options that we could go for here, so just go for whatever's accessible to you. Not everybody has access to or have completed the MSQ up to that point, so, you know, at least there are other options for you as well. Anyway, much love. Hopefully this video was helpful. Shout out to the Reddit community, and of course the link will be in the description of this video to go and give it some updates. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this. each and every week. Much love. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you all next time. Let's hope the data center travel system doesn't crash again this weekend. Otherwise, there'll be no planned videos from that feature. Much love.